Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, business strategy is front and center. We're unpacking the Infosys Integrated Annual Report for the fiscal year 2024.
Yeah, we're getting a peek behind the curtain of this global tech giant, seeing how they plan to win in this crazy, constantly changing world.
It's like having their playbook, right? Financial highlights, their strategic objectives, even the chairman's message, all point to where they're headed.
And the cool thing is this report isn't just like dry numbers and charts.
Right.
It tells a story, how Infosys is dealing with AI becoming such a big thing, how what clients need is changing, and how they have to adapt to stay on top.
Absolutely. So we're not just going to summarize the report, we're analyzing it. What do these moves mean for Infosys down the line? What can BE learn from them?
Good point.
The chairman's message is always a good place to kick things off. And this year, it's all about embracing AI, but responsibly.
Makes sense.
He talks about getting past all the hype and the fear around AI, what they call AI doomerism. Instead, focusing on how it can be a force for good.
That really sets the tone for their whole strategy, right? They're not ignoring AI, it's huge GE, but they're being thoughtful about it. Ethics, sustainability, those are big for them.
It's like they're saying, yeah, AI changes everything, but we're not just going to jump in without thinking about what that means.
Totally.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, their financial performance. Infosys is reporting a market cap of $74.43 billion, 10% year-over-year growth in basic earnings per share. And their return on equity is a whopping 32.1%.
Those are impressive numbers, especially that ROE. You don't see that very often. It means Infosys is really good at turning investments into profit. That's a great sign for investors.
So they're financially solid. They've got a clear stance on AI. What's next on their strategic to-do list?
Well, they're all in on being AI first. Not just using AI in their own work, but helping their clients figure out their own AI journeys.
Interesting.
Plus, they're pouring money into cloud capabilities, which are basically essential for any business these days.
So it's a two-pronged attack. Become AI masters themselves, then show other businesses how to unlock AI's power.
Exactly.
Speaking of mastering AI, what about their employees? All this AI, all this automation, are they worried about jobs disappearing?
Actually, the opposite. They're investing heavily in upskilling their people, especially when it comes to generative AI.
Wow.
Over 250,000 employees are now AI aware, as they put it.
So they're not replacing people with AI, they're giving their employees the skills to work with it.
Exactly. It's smart. They know human expertise is still super valuable, even in this AI-driven world.
Definitely. And it's not just about AI training either. Infosys is also expanding their local workforce. US, UK, Europe.
Interesting. What's the thinking behind that? Just tapping into talent pools, or is there more to it?
It's multifaceted. First, it lets them really understand and cater to each market. Second, it helps them attract and keep great talent who want to work close to home.
Makes sense.
And third, it could help reduce some of the political and economic risks of relying too much on one region. It's like they're thinking globally but acting locally.
I like that.
Now, to make all this happen, Infosys has two main platforms, Infosys Cobalt and Infosys Topaz. These are like the engines of their AI-first strategy.
Okay, tell me more.
Infosys Cobalt is their package of cloud services and solutions, helping clients switch to the cloud and make the most of it.
So Cobalt is their response to everyone needing cloud solutions these days. What about Topaz?
Infosys Topaz is their flagship AI offering. It uses generative AI to really accelerate how businesses create value, helping them solve real problems using AI.
Their secret weapon in the AI race, huh?
Kind of. And speaking of real-world stuff, let's look at their work with Currys, a big UK retailer. This is a good example of how Infosys is putting their AI and cloud knowledge into action.
Okay.
They help Currys build an AI-powered price recommendation engine.
Hold on, a price recommendation engine. What is that?
Basically, it's an AI system. It analyzes tons of data, market trends, competitor pricing, customer behavior. Then it suggests the best pricing strategies for Currys products.
So it's like having a 247 AI consultant just crunching numbers, making sure their prices are competitive.
Exactly. And the report says this led to sustained profitable sales for Currys, all because of smarter pricing across their different channels.
Nice. It's a concrete example of how AI can really boost profits.
Right. But there's more. Infosys also helped them build an AI-powered online conversion analytics engine.
Okay, break that one down for me. What's a conversion analytics engine and how does it help Currys?
It's another AI tool, but this one's all about understanding how customers behave online. It tracks how they interact with the website, what they click on, what they buy, what makes them abandon their carts.
So it's all about figuring out the customer journey,
Right.
then improving the website to get more sales?
You got it. Especially now when e-commerce is so huge for retail.
Absolutely.
The report says e-commerce makes up 45% of Currys' revenues in the UK and Ireland. So that online experience is make or break for them.
Big time. So this Curry's case study shows how Infosys takes its AI and cloud smarts and actually solves real problems, gets real results.
For sure. But let's step back a bit and look at the bigger industry trends Infosys is spotting. They're not just focused on AI. They're also looking at the impact of 5G, the rise of low-code, no-code platforms, even quantum computing.
Wow, they're thinking way ahead, trying to predict the next wave of tech, huh?
And they're not just watching. They're trying to figure out how to use these trends to help businesses completely rethink how they work.
I see.
For example, they're exploring how AI and cloud computing can help companies restructure their costs, make them more efficient.
Makes sense. Saving money is a top priority for most businesses.
Exactly. They're also looking at how these technologies can make businesses more resilient, so they can handle unexpected challenges and still thrive.
Like a global pandemic or a sudden market shift.
Exactly. It's about building businesses that can weather any storm.
I like it.
And lastly, they're thinking about how these trends can create better customer experiences, make them more personalized, more engaging.
So it's not just about efficiency and toughness, it's about connecting with customers on a deeper level.
You got it.
Infosys seems to be thinking about business strategy from every angle.
What impresses me is how proactive they are. They're not just reacting to changes in the tech world, they're shaping it,
Yeah.
anticipating trends and coming up with solutions before everyone else.
And they're doing it with a focus on their clients' needs. Plus, they're committed to using tech responsibly.
It's refreshing to see a company that's not just chasing profits. They're thinking about the bigger impact of what they do.
Agreed.
Now, here's a question for you.
Me.
If Infosys is right about these trends, how do you think your industry will be affected? And more importantly, what can you do to get ready for those changes and use those advances to your advantage?
That's a good one. A lot to think about.
It is. The future's coming at us fast, and AI is going to be a huge part of it.
You're not wrong.
So we need to start thinking about how to ride this wave of innovation and use it to create a better future for ourselves and for our businesses.
Well said.
We'll be back in a bit to dig deeper into their financials and their strategic approach. Stay tuned. We've been talking about how Infosys approaches business, especially their big focus on being AI first.
Right. They're really all about AI solutions.
Now let's switch gears a bit, dive deeper into how they handle the whole global business scene.
Right.
One thing that jumps out is how much they emphasize agility and adaptability.
Makes sense in tech.
Totally. They know the tech world is constantly shifting, and they've structured their whole business to embrace that change, not fight it.
It's like they built a company that's ready to pivot at any moment, whatever the market throws at them.
Exactly. And a key part of that is their commitment to innovation. They're not just keeping up with trends, they're actively inventing new tech, new solutions to stay ahead.
I see.
This proactive approach really shows in things like the Infosys Innovation Network and their living labs.
Tell me more about those.
These are spaces where they can play around with cutting-edge tech, nurture new ideas.
So like a playground for innovation.
Exactly. It's that willingness to experiment, push boundaries that's made them a leader in tech.
Makes sense.
But it's not just innovation for the sake of it. They're very deliberate about making sure those innovations actually meet the needs of their clients and the market.
So they're not just chasing shiny objects.
Nope. They've done their research, they get the challenges businesses are facing, and they use that knowledge to guide their innovation efforts.
Smart.
This client-centric approach has earned them trust and loyalty from some of the biggest companies out there.
Impressively. And they're not just focused on serving huge corporations, are they?
You're right. They're also investing in solutions that help smaller businesses, even individuals.
Interesting. So democratizing access to cutting-edge tech, empowering more players in the digital economy.
Exactly. That's what makes their strategy so interesting. They're not just creating value for themselves, they're trying to create it for everyone.
A win-win for Infosys and everyone they work with.
Speaking of everyone they work with, let's talk about their global reach. Infosys operates in over 50 countries. How do they manage something that complex and diverse?
That's a lot to juggle. Different markets, cultures, regulations.
It's a huge challenge. But they've developed a pretty sophisticated approach. They balance a strong global presence with adapting to each local market.
So a global mindset, but with a local touch.
Exactly. This shows in how they hire people, how they engage with clients, even their overall business development strategies.
Makes sense.
They know that to succeed globally, you have to understand cultural differences and build relationships with local communities.
For sure. And they've put a lot of effort into building a diverse and inclusive workforce, recognizing that different perspectives are key to innovation, especially in the global market.
Absolutely. And this focus on diversity isn't just checking boxes. It's a core part of their strategy. They see diversity as a strength. It helps them understand clients better, come up with more creative solutions, and ultimately build a stronger, more adaptable company.
I like that.
And it's not just about gender or ethnicity. It's about diversity of thought, experience, skills, creating a workplace where everyone feels valued and can contribute.
A real sense of belonging.
Exactly. This commitment to diversity isn't everything they do. Hiring practices, leadership programs,
You're really walking the walk.
they see it as a competitive advantage, not just something they have to do. This forward-thinking approach is what's allowed them to thrive in a global business world that's only getting more complex.
It's impressive, really. So we've talked about their strong financials, their AI-first focus, their commitment to innovation, and their work building a diverse global team.
It's clear Infosys is constantly evolving, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in business.
What strikes me is their success isn't just about making money. They really seem to care about making a positive impact on the world.
We'll definitely dive into that another time. For now, let's get back to the numbers. Take a closer look at Infosys's financial performance. After all, a solid financial foundation is what lets a company chase big goals and actually make a difference.
True.
So let's break down those numbers. We know their market cap is a hefty $74.43 billion. But what other indicators caught your eye?
Well, their return on equity is a standout, 32.1%. That shows just how efficient they are at using investments to generate profit.
It's a sign of a well-managed company. They're not just growing for the sake of it. They're focused on creating value for their investors.
And they've got a 10% year-over-year growth in basic earnings per share, solidifies their position as a financially sound and profitable company.
Seems like they've cracked the code for sustainable growth in a really competitive industry.
Absolutely. Part of that secret sauce is their ability to anticipate and adapt to market shifts.
It's true. They've been spot on about big trends like cloud computing and the demand for AI solutions, and they made the right moves to capitalize on them.
They're like tech fortune tellers.
Right.
But it's not magic. It's deep knowledge of the industry, data-driven insights, and a willingness to embrace change head-on.
And they're not afraid to put their money where their mouth is. They've invested heavily in cloud capabilities, building those cutting-edge AI platforms, and retraining their workforce to be AI aware.
Those investments are paying off, that's for sure. Their strong financial performance and growing list of happy clients are proof.
It's clear they're playing the long game, building a business that's not just successful today, but set up for success years down the road.
Their approach to managing finances really shows their strategic thinking and dedication to creating value for everyone involved.
Now let's focus on another key part of their strategy. Their AI-first approach. They've made it clear that AI is the heart of everything they do. But how does that actually play out? What are the core pieces of their AI strategy?
Well, one thing that really stands out is their commitment to not just using AI, but democratizing access to it.
Interesting. So they're not keeping all the AI knowledge and expertise to themselves. They're sharing it with their clients, even the whole industry.
Exactly. They see AI as a tool for everyone to move forward, not just something to give them a competitive edge. They want to make sure everyone benefits from AI advancements.
That's a really different way of thinking, especially in tech, where competition is so fierce and companies often guard their tech secrets closely.
It really is. It shows how much they believe in the power of AI and how much they want to see it used for good.
Now, how are they actually making AI accessible and beneficial to a wider audience? What are they doing specifically?
One major initiative is their focus on developing and promoting open source AI tools and platforms. They're contributing to open source AI libraries, frameworks, and models.
So they're making it easier for developers and businesses to build and use AI solutions without having to start from scratch.
Exactly. It lowers the barrier to entry for AI adoption. Now, even those who might not have the resources or expertise can get involved.
It's like they're building a more collaborative AI ecosystem.
Precisely. Knowledge and tools are shared, which means innovation can happen faster.
It's smart. It benefits the entire AI community and positions Infosys as a leader, driving that push towards democratizing AI.
And it goes beyond just open source. They're also putting a lot of effort into education and upskilling, both within Infosys and across the industry.
Right, we talked about how they're making their own employees AI aware, but how are they extending that to people outside the company?
They've created a whole range of AI training programs and certifications, covering tons of AI skills and knowledge.
Sounds comprehensive.
It is.
Yeah.
And these programs are designed for all levels, from beginners to seasoned professionals.
So they're creating a pipeline of AI talent, giving people the skills they need to succeed in an AI-driven world.
That's the idea. And it's not just about the technical stuff. They also emphasize the ethical side of AI.
Oh, that's crucial.
Absolutely. Their training programs talk about AI ethics, bias, fairness, making sure that people building and using AI are doing it responsibly.
That's reassuring, especially with AI becoming such a big part of our lives. It's good to see Infosys thinking ahead about those implications.
It really is. And their commitment to responsible AI goes beyond just training. They've set clear ethical guidelines for their own AI development and how they use it.
So they're practicing what they preach, putting responsible AI into action.
Exactly. And that leadership is setting a great example for other tech companies.
It's inspiring to see a company that's not only excited about the potential of AI, but also taking the right steps to make sure it's used for good. Yeah. Now, let's look at another key part of their AI strategy. Using AI to drive business value for their clients. We saw a bit of that with the Curry's case study. But how are they applying that more broadly?
It's a very practical approach. They're not just pushing AI solutions for the sake of it. They work closely with clients to figure out what specific business challenges AI can actually solve.
So it's about tailoring solutions to each client's needs, not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Precisely. They take the time to understand the client's business, what's causing them problems, what their goals are. Then they create AI solutions to help them reach those goals.
It's like having a tech consultant, not just a vendor.
Exactly. And you can see this focus on results in the wide range of AI solutions they've built for all sorts of industries and business functions.
Can you give us some examples? How are they actually using AI to solve real-world problems?
Sure. In retail, they've developed AI solutions to optimize supply chains, personalize the customer experience, and even fight fraud.
Wow. So they're helping retailers make their operations smoother, connect with customers better, and protect their bottom line.
Exactly. And in financial services, they're using AI to automate tasks, spot unusual activity, and improve risk management.
That's huge for banks and other financial institutions. They're always looking for ways to be more efficient and reduce risk.
You got it. And in healthcare, they're using AI to speed up drug discovery, personalize treatment plans, and improve patient outcomes.
So they're making healthcare more efficient, more effective, and more focused on the patient.
Exactly. These are just a few examples of how Infosys uses AI to solve real problems and create value for their clients across all sorts of industries.
It's amazing to see the breadth of their AI expertise and how they turn that into real business benefits.
Their dedication to AI innovation and their client-focused approach are major reasons for their continued success in this rapidly changing tech world.
It's clear Infosys isn't just along for the ride with AI. They're shaping it. And they're doing it with a focus on responsibility, accessibility, and real business value.
Their journey in the world of AI is pretty remarkable. It holds valuable lessons for any business, big or small, trying to navigate the AI revolution.
It's a story of innovation, collaboration, and using technology to do good. And we'll keep exploring this story as we dig deeper into the Infosys Integrated Annual Report for fiscal year 2024. Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive. We'll wrap things up with a broader look at the future of tech and what Infosys' success means for the years ahead. We've covered a lot of ground: Infosys and AI, their global strategy, how committed they are to innovation.
It's been fascinating, honestly.
Right. Now for this last part, let's zoom out a little. What does Infosys' success tell us about the bigger trends in tech? What's the takeaway for you?
One thing that really hits home is how much things are changing towards a more inclusive and collaborative tech world.
Yeah, I see that too.
Infosys is all about open source AI, sharing knowledge, building a diverse global workforce. It all points to a future where tech helps everyone move forward, not just a select few.
It's like they're saying, let's work together, share what we know, empower each other, make sure everyone benefits from these advances.
Right. It's so different from that old image of tech being all cutthroat, a race to the top where only one person wins.
Definitely. And this move towards working together isn't just about being nice. It's strategic.
How so?
They recognize the power of combining brain power, getting different perspectives, more talent, to solve these really tough problems.
Makes sense.
Think about it. The challenges we face today, climate change, pandemics, We can't solve those alone. Companies like Infosys are realizing that.
You need everyone on board.
Exactly. You need collaboration, shared knowledge, lots of different people contributing to solutions.
And Infosys is walking the walk, right? They're big on partnerships.
Absolutely. Other companies, startups, even universities, they're not just building up their own skills. They're actively looking for partners who can bring something new to the table.
Smart. It's like they're saying, we don't have all the answers. Let's work together and figure this out.
And, that's where the best innovations happen, when different ideas and perspectives collide. By building this network, Infosys puts themselves right in the middle of that innovation explosion.
Love that analogy.
Another thing that stands out from Infosys' journey is how important it is to be flexible and adaptable in this rapidly changing world.
Yeah, the tech world moves so fast.
Doesn't it? Their willingness to embrace change, to experiment, to pivot quickly, those are all essential to winning in today's tech landscape.
Agreed. They're not afraid to shake things up, to question assumptions, to constantly look for ways to get better.
That's key, especially with AI. What's cutting edge today might be old news tomorrow. So you have to adapt, learn quickly, and embrace the new stuff.
Infosys seems to have that down pat. It's like they're constantly learning and adjusting.
They invest in their tech, sure, but they also invest in their people, giving them the power to learn new skills, use new tools, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's that culture of continuous learning and adaptation that keeps them ahead of the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And honestly, that focus on people, on fostering that environment of learning and growth, that might be the most important lesson we can take away from Infosys.
I think you're right. It's easy to get caught up in all the tech hype and think technology alone is the answer.
It's tempting, isn't it?
But Infosys reminds us that tech is only as good as the people using it.
Exactly.
It's human ingenuity, creativity, problem solving, and ethical thinking that truly drive progress.
So they're not just building a tech company. They're building a company that gives people the power to use tech to make the world better. That's a powerful message no matter what industry you're in.
Absolutely. As tech keeps changing so rapidly, we can't forget that it's a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
It all comes down to us, using it responsibly, ethically, and with a focus on building a better future for everyone.
Well said. And Infosys shows us that you can be successful in business. A&D make a positive impact. It's inspiring, and hopefully others will follow their lead.
I hope so too. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into the Infosys Integrated Annual Report for fiscal year 2024, let's hold on to that inspiration. Let's embrace the power of technology, but always be mindful of its impact.
Let's work together, share what we know, and unleash the power of collective intelligence.
And let's never stop learning, adapting, and growing to meet the challenges and seize the opportunities this ever-changing world throws at us. Until next time, keep diving deep.